Hello everyone and welcome again to another tutorial by Deep Systems. In this tutorial we're going to be looking at how to create a page that looks like this. Okay, this is actually a header section that has a background picture and actually has a button. Alright, this kind of picture is also what we refer to as a parallax image. We have this section here where we have what we do. This what we do displays services, and we actually have a navigation area. So I'm going to be working with Bootstrap. I have a Bootstrap template here that has the basic settings or setup for a Bootstrap page. Alright, so I'll just double click this and we're actually going to see that my Bootstrap has nothing in it. I have no content created yet. Alright, I'm going to be working with Sublime Text. Okay, I'm going to take this basic setup. Alright, I'm going to copy it into my website folder. Alright, I'm going to drag this website folder into my Sublime Text environment so I can have access easily to each particular section. In my CSS area, I have my styles.css, which is a CSS sheet that I will be linking up to my page. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create some divisions on my page, alright, and give them unique class names. The first one is going to be header. Alright, I'm going to close this, while the second one is going to be services. Alright, I'm going to also close that. Alright, so in this section of header, I'm going to be having what we have here: text zone, bringing to life this, and also the button. Alright, okay, so let's walk towards that. First I have to go into my sheet, alright, and create a corresponding class for that particular header. Also create a corresponding class for the services. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and I will not specify the width, because if I don't specify the width, it actually takes the full length of my page, whether a mobile device or a tab or a PC. So I'm just going to declare the height. Alright, so my height is going to be given as 300 pixels for an example. Okay, and I'll be adding a background image. Alright, so first off, let's see what picture are we going to be using. This is the picture I will be working with. Alright, what I have to do is copy this picture into my picture folder, alright, and take note of the name and the extension, because I'll be needing it here. But I have to go to my root folder, so that's how you go to your root folder, and I have to locate or call that image. Here we go. In my other tutorial, I actually talked about how to make an image responsive, and that's we do with background size, and we're going to define it as cover. Alright, we're going to say we need the background attachment to be fixed. Okay, and we need the background position also to be centered. Background position to be at the center. Okay, there we go. Now we have actually declared this, but another thing we need is we need the color of our text to be white. Alright, so we just added that. We're going to save this. I'm going to see what effects we are going to be having. I'm going to come into my website and double click on this. Okay, alright, so we don't see any effect yet. Okay, alright, so let's come here and actually add some items. We're going to say let's pick h1 and let's call it a class. Bootstrap has a particular class called display, and I'm going to give that display as 4, and I'm going to say text zone. Alright, I'm going to close that. Let's save that and see what we are going to have here. Alright, so we have something coming up. Something is coming up now. Alright, so apart from that, what else do we have? From our example, we have bringing to life awesome ideas from the 4th dimension using code. Okay, bringing to life. So with that, I can actually use a smaller text. Okay, and I can go bringing to life the 4th dimension using code. Okay, so I can decide to give this another size. Okay, you can say the display. Let's try out 2 and see how that can look first. Alright, so this is our page. Let's take away this and this also for now. Let's refresh this and see what we have. Okay, so we have something very big. What I'm going to do is just tweak this a little bit. I'm going to make this one 2 and make this 4. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so I have something far much better. Alright, but it's not actually centralized. What do I do to make that centralized? What do I do to make that centralized? I can come into my head and say I want every text to have a center using that class. That's a bootstrap class. I'm going to come over here and refresh this. You can see I actually have this item here at the center. I can go to my header section and increase the height. Let's give this a 478 pixel as we desire. Alright, so here we go, we have something better. Okay, so I actually want to shift that my text from the top, and I can do that using padding. You can say padding from the top. I want to give it a value of 120 pixels, for instance. Okay, so I'm going to refresh this my page and see what happens. Okay, this my item has come here, so I can actually resize this my page, and you can see the text also follows, but I have a drop down. I have some text missing here. I can do that by just simply adjusting my padding from here, okay, to prevent that, especially when it is viewed on mobile devices. Okay, or I can go ahead and increase this too. Okay, just adding some more settings there. Alright, so there we go, we have something better, something responsive. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we actually want to come into our services area, and we want to add what we do. Alright, what we do. So we're just going to come into this area and say, alright, let's have a particular history. Let's give it a class of display 4. Alright, and we're just going to say what we do, like so. Alright, okay, so we can refresh our page. Alright, and we see that, right? Okay, but still not centered. What do? We can come over here and just say text center, and that's going to bring our item to the center. So we really have something nice going on here. Alright, but I just need to attach some dimensions to my services area. So I'm going to give it a height. I'm going to give it a height of 300 pixels, for instance. Alright, so let's see how that affects our page. Okay, so I can actually scroll because I have, so we can actually see that the image is fixed. Okay, that gives us a parallax effect. The next thing I want to do is just add a beautiful button down here. Alright, I'm going to go into my index.html, come over here and say, okay, I want to add this button. Alright, within this button, I want it to have a type, and that type should be a button, and I need a class. There are some beautiful classes in a Bootstrap which I'm going to be using. Alright, so this particular class outline helps me to have a white an empty button. Okay, alright, but with a white background. I'm going to say join us today. Let's save this, come over here, refresh our page. What do we have? Okay, we have join us today, a beautiful looking button standing right there. Right, so we can actually now see how we add or create a very beautiful header. Alright, aside that, we can actually add a navigation area. Alright, so I'm just going to put a division here. Okay, I'm going to give it a class. I'm going to call it menus. Alright, in this menu section, this is where I will define my special classes. Okay, so actually what the menu is an ordered list. It's an ordered list that actually has a couple of lists within it. Okay, alright, so my home page, I'm just going to replicate this. So I have a home page, a home link, news, contact, and about. So I have 4 items. 4 items, 1 2 3 4. Okay, so I can come over here and say home, what else, news, contact and about, news, alright, contact and about. Alright, so let's see what we have done with these beautiful settings. Alright, okay, so I actually have something like this, but there are a lot of things to be done on it, so I'm going to come over to my CSS file and I'm going to pick that particular item, that is the ordered list, and I will give it some beautiful element. Now the list style type help me to remove the bullets that I have there. So let's see what we have when we remove that. Okay, so our bullets is gone, but that's not the only thing we need. Next thing we need to do is we need to add a background color. You can change the background color. Okay, so let's give it a background color of black, for instance. Okay, so let's see how that affects our page. Alright, okay, but we are having some issues with the text. Okay, and we can actually give it a particular property, overflow. Okay, so this is a step-by-step way of creating that our beautiful navigation. Okay, so from here on I can pick the list elements and say I want to give them a float property of left. Okay, we're going to work on how to make this our text appear more better. You know, we can just simply say we want the color of every text here to be white. You can decide to do that, and immediately you see that here. Okay, but we still have a lot of work to do. Okay, all right. Okay, so we're going to pick each of these items, these list items, and we are actually going to be putting a link within these items, and we are going to be taking them to a particular page. Though we have not defined them for now. We're just going to do this, all right, with each of the items. Okay, all right. So I'm just going to copy this section, come to my news, do the same, come to my contact us and do the same, come to my about us and do the same. Okay, I'm going to end this my tag. It's very, very important. I'm going to end this tag also, and also end this tag. So because of this, I actually have that the list item is a parent of the anchor. Right, it's a parent of the anchor, so I can define some items So I'm going to say the display. I want the display to be inline block. Okay, I want it to have color. Okay, we have already defined the color of our text. We can say we want the text alignment, all right, to be centered. Okay, we want a padding. If you are familiar with using padding, you actually see that I'm declaring the padding for just 2 areas of that particular link. I'm going to say the text decoration are the underlines that we see, or the blue decorations that we see, because we have actually inserted a text. Okay, so let's see how this appears now. Alright, so we have something beautiful happening here, but we still have this little space. Okay, we still have this little space. So what do we do about that? We can actually go ahead and add a pseudo class. Now, anytime we are hovering around our link, we'll discover that the color will change, and we can put that to pink if we want that. Okay, if we want that. Okay, so let's save this and let's see how this works. All right, that's a very wonderful one, as we can see there. So this is actually how we can create this. Follow my videos as we do some more work using Bootstrap, HTML, and CSS. Thank you very much for watching.